What do you think the cause of death is?
Well, there is some knife sticking out of his thoracic cavity. I think that's a contributing factor.
Only amateurs think that.
What do you mean?
Well, we need more evidence. X never marks the spot. For example, Agent Man at Work, check his pulse.
But, I think he's already...
Agent Men at Work, check his pulse.
Pretty sure he's dead.
Agent Men at Work, you will check his pulse, and you will do it now!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I'm just kidding. Of course he's dead. I think we should take some photographs.
Yeah, way ahead of you.
Hey, Agent Aha! Put that photograph back. Agent Men at Work, I think you make the perfect photographer. Here, make it as specific as possible. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna make a call to the forensics department.
Hey, so, Agent Men at Work, did you hear about that serial killer up in DC?
No.
Well, they call him Washington Carver.
I'm dead. Right, sorry. I have some questions for you, sir.
And I have answers.
Why don't I have cool shades? Why don't I have a car? Why did I just get my training to sketch the crime scene instead of taking pictures of it?
The answers to your questions are budget cuts, and budget cuts.
Budget cuts? Why?
Nobody relies on the forensic department anymore. We just take any murder, look at the nearest person, and arrest them. Open and shut case. That way we won't waste money searching scenes for pointless leads. If no one's around, we call it
That's the case in this case. But there's a knife in his chest. I suspect foul play.
I suspect you get this job done within the next 15 minutes of film time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I bet.
Agent Men at Work. How's your sketch coming?
Pretty good.
Let's see it. Where'd you get the red coloring?
Oh, I got it from the victim. I just smeared it on there.
Good job, Agent Men at Work. He'll be promoted in no time. Agent Aha.
Yeah.
What can you confirm now about the victim body?
Well, I bet you there are a bunch of fingerprints all over this knife.
Right.
I see no signs of struggle or scratches on victim. So that means he was either a willing victim or he was an unsuspecting one.
But, Agent Aha, are all these papers a sign of a struggle?
No, I think the victim was just messy.
Capital observation! We'll run an analysis on the fingerprints. At the lab.
Right.
What's that in his pocket?
It seems like a note. Should I open it or bag it?
Well, we should bag it. You know, to keep it consistent. After all, we haven't tampered up with anything else in here.
Right.
Well, in the meantime, let's just grab anything that looks cool. Odds are, it's pretty important to the case. Sorry guys, but the head of the forensics department has cut back on our budget once again. From now on, we use this to examine. By the way, Agent Men at Work, what could you confirm about the note that was in the victim's pocket?
Well, in the context it appears to be a suicide note.
But there was a knife in the body.
Well, we did a fingerprint analysis of the knife handle, and it appears that they match up with the victims. Yes, the prints were firm and well-defined. There was no smearing, so it was easy to match. The minutiae on the prints on the handle matched those of the victims to a near 100% chance, so I do believe we have the same guy here.
Well, we have a suicide note, we have a knife with his prints on it, and there was no sign of struggle. Pretty sure this is a wrapped up case.
Well, the medical exam examiner just informed me that the cause of death was actually blunt force trauma to the back of his neck, and that snapped the vertebrae, which caused severe spinal trauma.
But that doesn't make sense. Why was there a knife in the body?
Well, the real killer may have planted a knife in there as a suicide. You gonna pass it off as one? See, I just don't find it credible at all, where the victim would stab himself at a closed closet, unless he liked darkness and ritualistic sacrifice. Agent Menowar, did you do a handwriting analysis on this note?
Oops.
Did you at least get a similar paper that has his handwriting on it? That we found in this room?
Well, I saw a Dungeons & Dragons character sheet, so I took it. It also has some handwriting on there, so...
Agent Menowar, compare the handwriting styles on both of these papers.
Sounds boring.
Agent Menowar, forensics is always boring. Okay, well, in the meantime, Agent Aha, let's take a look at this knife.
Yeah. So, what do you want to look at?
Specifically, the way the prints are placed on this knife handle.
What do you mean?
Well, from the looks of it, the majority of the prints are on the right handle, but you said they were on the left hand.
Yeah.
Well, here's a good way to examine this. Do you have a comb?
No, they repossessed that too.
Got it. Alright, I guess I gotta find something close to it though.
Screwdriver.
Yeah, just like a screwdriver. So, matching the fingerprints that are on the knife, would you want to stab yourself like this, where it's very uncomfortable, or like this?
Neither if you're right-handed.
So the analysis is done?
Yes, the handwriting slants to the right on the note, so the person who wrote the suicide note is proven to be right-handed, because if the person was left-handed, the ink would be smeared to the right, and the person would have ink on their hand.
That's right, so you've confirmed that the note was written by the victim.
No, it wasn't. Both the note and the character sheet were written by a person who was right-handed, because you see the way that they connect the H and the E and the word D definitely proves to be a right-handed person.
Yeah, and also, I've also noticed that the way the H and E are over here, it's much different than it is over here.
Yep.
That sucks.
So there's a possibility that the knife and the note were planted by someone else.
So if that's the case, we're going to have to go back to the crime scene and find out what that real murder weapon was, the one that caused the blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
Yes! I left my wallet at the scene. There's no money in it because I hardly get paid, but it's a sentimental value.